years. They're married with wife and shit now. Yeah, they're married with wife and shit, so. Good morning, everybody. What's up? I'm behind the bush, but you can see me. It's cool, it's cool.
I'd rather them see you than me.
I know, because I'm pretty.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. You know, marriage is for the women more so than for the men. If it was up, damn, if it was up to the men, there wouldn't be no marriage.
Some men.
But then a lot of men need a wife
Yeah.
to help maintain stability. I got a couple of friends that didn't have wives, they'd be in jail probably. Why is it doing that?
Because it's bad reception down here.
They never did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it don't really matter as long as you see the chat.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, yeah. Well, I feel for my boy. I hope everything works out for him. How the fuck is he gonna make money?
Who?
Our boy.
He's on Social Security.
Oh, I didn't know he was on Social Security.
It's not much. It's only $900 a month, so.
He makes more than I do.
What up, fella? Mike McGraw?
Mike McGraw, what's up, fella? What's up, Mike? What are you doing on this fine Friday morning? What's the date? What's the date today? The 5th?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Uh-oh.
Hi, Henry. Henry sent some texts after the fact. I was like, what up, boys? So,
Henry,
yeah.
when?
He sent messages on there, like comments after the fact, after we were off.
Oh, you didn't catch us when we were on.
No.
Mike McGraw sitting here at work, drinking coffee, and eating a muffin.
I just bought a muffin too, chocolate and a banana nut. So,
Okay.
I went and got this coffee. There's a new place in Hazel Park on John R. And they sell Detroit Bold.
That's a coffee?
Yeah, Detroit Bold. You never heard of Detroit Bold Coffee Company?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I think they're in Ferndale. I don't know where the fuck they're at. But, holy shit. It's garbage. Like,
You know coffee.
kinda, but Jesus, even the stuff at fucking, like, it's so, like, bitter and burnt tasting.
Ooh. Who likes that?
Some people do. Some people want that shit. They need it as bitter as they can get it. But I don't want it like that. I want it smooth. I want it to have the flavor. Like, I don't mind the bitterness, like chocolate. This tastes like burnt bitterness. The good.
Oh, wow. It's just dead head.
Yeah.
Oh, my head is dead. A dead head. I gotta go. When I leave here, I'm going to get my booster shot.
For the flu or COVID?
COVID.
I don't know.
The flu shot isn't until about September.
You go get a flu shot every year?
Yep. Man, about 10 years ago, I got the flu. It was the most horrible thing in my life. I mean, it was horrible. I had the flu for 3 weeks.
Was it the first time it was ever like that for you?
Yeah. I had the flu for like 3 weeks, man, and I was hallucinating, and like I went like 4 days without eating, hardly drinking anything. I didn't sleep. Then I started hallucinating. I said, I'm not going through this shit again. Mike says, I like to drink Tim Horton medium roast.
I haven't had Tim Hortons ever.
Me either.
Because I didn't drink coffee for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
And now I drink like a 7-Eleven's not bad. They're exclusive cups and stuff. They're not very flavorful, but they're not like super overpowering, burnt flavorful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because nothing tastes like the shit I get. The shit I get is fucking different.
Yeah.
As Chet would say, the rest of it's just swill.
Well, man, they got this coffee in 2 places. They got coffee that's so strong that you get high on the coffee.
I mean, caffeine will do that. You drink enough of it.
It was in
Caffeine's a hell of a drug.
this one in Ethiopia, and the other one that everybody can't drink, I think, was in Morocco. Did you know that they did decriminalize marijuana in Morocco?
Nope.
Yep. See, I try to keep up on all the cannabis news.
Morocco is Africa, right?
Yeah.
South. It's
No.
an island.
No.
I'm asking.
No, it's on the mainland.
Oh, it is?
It might be landlocked. I don't even know if water's around it or not. I'm not 100% sure about that. But no, you know, Morocco is where a lot of hash comes from. Moroccan hash.
I kind of
World famous.
wetted that up a little bit. My bad.
That's okay, man. You ain't got nothing to hide.
Probably not. As many doobies as we smoked.
Mike McGraw, have a good day. Mike says, have a good day, guys. I have to go. I think he's got to go back to work. Rudy,
Yes,
you're
sir.
awesome, man, and so is Turk Monster. Thanks, man. We appreciate that.
Don't forget, go
Mo-
subscribe to Smoke Jam.
Yeah, subscribe to Smoke Jam. Let's get it.
We
Give
almost
us a
to
new
50.
life. Morocco is northern Africa on the coast. Okay. Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Yep, had no idea.
I knew it was in Africa. I wasn't sure where exactly.
Well, I kind of figured Africa was definitely where I was thinking. I just didn't know where the fuck in Africa.
Yeah. Well, you know, they come with this Middle East bullshit. Make you think it's a different continent or something, but it's not.
Right.
Africa is huge. I didn't realize how big it was until I started doing some research. Because it's a girl in, I want to say, Nairobi, is telling me I should move to Africa instead of the Philippines.
She's like, you should come home.
I'm not sure what African country is stable. You know, that's the problem I got. What African country is stable that I can go and live, not worry about, like, what's happening in Sudan right now? That's some bullshit.
You were just killing people.
Well, it's 2 warring factions trying to get control in Sudan. And, you know, they got tribes there, so it's 2 of these generals. Both of them want the power. They both can't have it at the same time. They don't know how to do that. But she was telling me, oh, you need just $500. What do you need? $500 cover all your expenses.
For what, a week?
For anything.
A year?
For the month. $500 a month will cover it. She told me will cover everything. I'm like, really? And they speak English there. But I noticed the same thing in the Philippines and a lot of the African nations. People have their house, but it'd be like a compound. They have walls up, you know. Yeah, I look, they do that in Mexico too, I noticed.
They do that in California. It's just the rich people are the only ones that do it.
But this is anybody, anybody that got a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's for safety.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. That shit happens here. Go to fucking Bloomfield. Go to these other places where there's fucking dudes with gates all over. And it may not be walls because...
But it's so expensive. You're not gonna live for $500 a month in Bloomfield.
Fuck no. But that's the thing, people with Bloomfield money live in, like, Royal Oak Township. and they're like, well, I gotta put up a wall because I can't technically afford to live in Bluefield, but I wanna live in Royal Oak, which is like $600,000 a house now.
Fuck that.
So I can't live in Royal Oak, so I'm gonna live in Royal Oak Township, where I can get a house for 100, and then it'll cost me 50 to put a wall up.
Royal Oak Township isn't what it used to be.
It's empty now.
Huh?
It's empty now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a lot of crime, but like
Not a
it
lot
used
of people.
to be. Right. But it's some nice houses.
Is there?
Oh yeah. I drive all over the city
You should be.
because I'm looking for buildings and houses that are cheap but nice.
Okay.
So I drive everywhere and I'm looking at real estate everywhere.
All right.
So when I do get some money, knock on whatever this is, when I do get some money, I know where I want to go and what I want to do with it.
Well, ain't gonna be here anyway, so what's the matter?
What do you mean it ain't gonna be here?
You're gonna go somewhere else. You're like, I'm gonna go Philippines.
Huh?
And if you get money, why would you go?
I don't understand what you're saying.
If you got money, why don't you just get up and leave? Start traveling. Why would you buy shit?
Because you might have to come back. You don't know what the future holds. You need that thing, that, place where if you gotta come back, you got something to come back to.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's my plan.
This fucking thing, Jesus.
But it's like Sunshine Shoulders. I told you about him, right? It's a black dude that lives in the Philippines. He does these, if you ever get a chance, listen to it. He does these podcasts from the Philippines.
Okay.
And he talks about life in the Philippines and what to expect and what not to expect. Pretty cool dude. I think he said he's got 50,000 followers.
Jesus. That's a lot.
He talks about everything. He tells you the pay structure for being on YouTube, and he gives you advice as to how to do your show. Like yesterday, he told me, he said, content don't come every day. So what you have to do, you have to talk to people about your life, things you know.
Which is what we do.
No, I know we do. But he was talking about some bloggers don't do that.
No, they try to be, well, it depends on what you're going for. If you're just going for, like us, where it's a smoke circle and you're just having non-small talk conversations, because that's kind of the premise, is we're not trying to have small talk, we're trying to not necessarily be, informative to the point where you can come to us and get information.
Well, yes and no, but the weather's getting better, so it's time to do some tours.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some tours. I got new tires. Just got some new tires on a vehicle.
Oh, shit. Big time.
Yeah. So question is do we do them live?
Yeah.
Or do we,
Record them and then play them back later.
yeah.
What's the
If we go
difference?
live, you just have to be, whoever's driving is not paying attention, is driving while the other person's, because again, it's, when you're driving, sometimes we're gonna be able to stop, but a lot of times we're not gonna be able to stop. It's kind of crazy, it takes 20 minutes to get across one side to the other of Detroit, almost a half hour.
What are you talking about?
If you're going from here to River Rouge,
Okay,
or not River Rouge, but say the golf course, the River Rouge golf course,
okay.
which is in Detroit, right? Brightmore
Yeah.
neighborhood. It takes 23 minutes to get there from my house.
Yeah, it don't take that long. Not that long.
23 minutes is a long time.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not, but it is. Because
A long time for what?
if I go 23 minutes north, I get to fucking 59.
Okay.
It just feels like a longer distance.
Oh.
It's just crazy how big the fucking city
I can get anywhere in Detroit from my house. I can get anywhere in Detroit in 25, 30 minutes. anywhere in the greater Detroit area.
Minus the traffic.
Well, but see, I know streets that don't have a lot of traffic.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying?
well,
Like to give you, for instance, I can go downtown and I get on the freeway, I can take Hamilton.
Hamilton goes all the way downtown?
Goes all, yeah, sure does. It goes all the way to Milwaukee. It goes all the way to Milwaukee, which is only about 8 or 10 blocks from downtown. From downtown.
Huh.
And on Hamilton, there's hardly any traffic, and the lights are sequential, so you hardly stop at any lights. Like,
No fucking busy living there either, that's crazy.
it's what?
So little people in Highland Park?
Yeah, in certain parts of Highland Park.
Yeah.
Now, Highland Park, across Woodward,
Someone said hi.
who is it? Happy,
Holy shit.
hip man.
What's up, man? Good morning. I guess they got some Cinco de Mayo thing going at the Broken Barrel, whatever that is.
What city is that in?
It's probably the dude in Illinois.
I've never heard of Broken Barrel.
I haven't either. Happy okay.
Was this a happy what?
Professor Day says okay. I don't know if he's applying to him or not. Anyways, because there's a couple buildings in on Hamilton that I'm thinking that are cheap. I don't know how cheap, but like they look like they could be. Because in my mind, I've got this idea now that's a good idea. It's a really good idea in this modern world where we're trying to get niches and people use like the way that fucking Frame is capitalizing on individuality in a sense, giving food trucks a spot to go indoors during the wintertime.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. Even if it's just to use DoorDash.
So you just charge them rent.
Either weekly, monthly, have deals, make it, and then, you'd have to, because it's electric, so they're gonna be using electric, so what you would probably do is you probably figure out what the average with everything running, and you divide it up and add it to the rent.
Yeah.
Just make it part of the rent.
Hip man smoked marijuana in a what?
God damn you, Mom. Decommissioned Greyhound bus. Oh, that's what he's talking about, the Broken Barrel.
Ah, okay.
They had, it's like that.
A rolling marijuana bus.
Yes.
Very interesting. That sounds nice.
Yeah, they don't have that shit here yet. If they do,
Well, they do them for special things. Because they had that, when they had that marijuana symposium down there off of Jefferson, they had 2 buses.
really?
Yeah. And they had built-in vape machines in the buses.
Huh.
There's the hoses coming out of somebody had hooked it up.
Yeah.
And you could smoke. And the driver wasn't even separated from everybody here. This thing is falling apart.
I know.
The driver wasn't even separated from everybody.
What time is it? 19 minutes?
Yeah, man, something's not used for commercial purposes, right? Right. Hillman got a lot to say.
Yeah, he's advertising for whatever thing he's advertising for.
Ah,
You can't put it in one, you can't put it in just one thread, you have to split it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Does that work? Do you get people from these is this how you advertise in general? Go around, or just go straight to go to lives and just put stuff on there? Does it actually bring people in?
You talking to Hillman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I gotta start figuring out how to, like, one of the keys to being successful in this day and age is basically Instagram or social media.
Social media in general.
You know, the pizza's good enough. I made, so it sat for a long time.
What's that for?
The pizza, it sat in the fridge for like almost 4 days. Which is a lot longer than I want to do normally.
The dough.
Yes.
Right.
3 days at the most. But it turned out like I wanted it to. Airy, crispy, light, fluffy.
Yes. Tasty.
Yes, good taste. So I got, like, I actually had a good round. I sold a pizza to somebody, and I got, you know, good compliments. And she said, whenever you do it again, we'll be ordering another. And I was like, okay. So it's just, I know the product. Give me a kitchen with this shit, and I'll produce
And
shit.
the right ingredients. And
No, not the right ingredients. I know the ingredients I need. It's give me the kitchen with the equipment to produce the stuff, and I know I'll produce pizza that tastes better than most shit around here. Give me a.
So what do you want? A big oven where you put more than one pizza in there at a
No,
time?
you need one of those fucking. The best way to do the Detroit style, the pan style, is with a fucking with a conveyor.
Right.
Put it on the end.
Right. It goes through 12 minutes.
Yeah,
It comes up the other end.
Heat on both sides. You do that, and you get the best fucking looking crust, the best everything.
Yeah.
So the dough itself works, which is what I was hoping for. The sourdough starter's obviously live and fucking active as fuck. So it's a matter of figuring out, you know, how to get it. Because if I do it on a truck, that means we have to make the dough and everything on the truck. So the truck will have to be designed to where I can store 3 days of dough
Gotcha.
ahead of time.
You can make a bunch here.
Yeah, because like the plan is, my idea is if we get the truck, then we have to do, like, we have to put a conscious effort into doing find out all the cannabis events and do all the cannabis events that are private property to where we can spike the food, because I can sell fucking 50 if I sell. Because the idea is slices.
Right.
Like if it's at home and it's on DoorDash, then it's a whole pizza.
Right.
But I don't want to have boxes in the truck because that takes up space too. I'd rather do paper plates and do slices. So yeah, you know, $7 a slice, a nice slice.
Nice big slice. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
buddy
Right.
style slice.
Right.
So $7 for a slice, and then if you want it spiked, then have 2 different spikes, low dose.
Right.
You know, the everyday
For
dose.
the novice.
The everyday dose, and then the expert dose.
Right.
And charge probably $10 for the novice dose because it's not much.
Right.
And then you charge $20 to $25 for the expert.
For the yeah.
Yeah. So it's the money's to be made. It's just a matter of finding a way to get the money to get the truck and enough stuff to go with it, because it's about to really do it, because you have to like get everything approved. It's all fucking.
Oh yeah, like I told you, I watched that guy build his. He just took a big truck. He did all the electrical, and there's a lot to go.
Oh, I know, it's a lot.
It's massive, man.
With my brother's help or with my buddy Chris's help, we could definitely do it. It's not about doing that. It's just about. It's about making sure you have everything right. You make sure you have it up to code, because
you gotta be.
And they can come in and be like,
and say, no, you can't do shit because
Yeah.
this isn't right and this isn't right.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it might be easier just to find one that's already kind of set up and replace the fucking the whatever they have,
Oven,
grill,
stove, whatever. Yeah.
Replace that with the oven, and then add more fucking coolers, because you're gonna need a lot.
Oh, you're gonna need a bunch of coolers.
Yeah, coolers are gonna be key, because you can do the cheese daily. What? Oh, it's just a bunch of shit. Good morning, Uncle Dean. You can do the cheese daily, grind up the cheese on a daily basis, so it's not as bad.
Right.
But you're not gonna fucking the dough itself. Because again, a lot of these festivals that are worth going to are 3 days away. So, not 3 days.
Not 3 days, but a few hours.
3 hours away.
Yeah.
And they're like a 3-day festival. So that would be the idea, is you would wanna have 3 days worth of dough,
Right.
stored on a truck,
Cover that.
and then you have to figure out if you can plug in, cause if you can plug in, then that works, but not, then you're just, diesel. You get one of those fucking generators,
Yeah.
or you can go propane, but I don't really wanna go propane, because propane needs a hood. If you can get electric, they have hoodless. Alright, 25 minutes, that's good, gotta go.